633 at 770 KMED.
And we're back. This is Doug Stone from Real Money. So thanks for hanging out with us today. We're talking about seek wise advice and why that's so important. And came across a key phrase I wanted to pass on to you. Results are always in direct proportion to our own effort. That's just really critical. Really critical. So be careful about that. You want to know about that. So again, spend as much time on ourselves as we do on anything else.
Our jobs,
right.
yeah.
Because that's what's going to turn the tide for you. So here basically, I had another key phrase I wanted to pass on to you. So if you don't like the results, actually the sum of your life today, the sum of everything in your life today is actually based on all of everything that you've done, all your past efforts, your past thoughts. As we gather intelligence or we gather indifference, it makes no difference. So it really comes back down to that overused phrase, choices. Those choices that we make and the efforts that we put out really determine the value. So every day we have a choice. Do we turn on the television or do we pick up a book? Do we turn on the radio or do we look to investigate? So failure is really just a large accumulation of poor errors in judgment repeated every single day.
That's right. Whether we have an apple a day or a candy bar a day, that's going to add up to the effect.
Exactly. So again, if we want different, we have to do different. And so how does this relate to us? Well, I know there's a ton of people. Why? Because I see them and I hear about this, that watch CNBC. I call them CNBC junkies. Why? This is what CNBC is selling you. And we started this back in the 80s with Maria Bartiromo and all that, getting live business quotes and all this information that they're really selling hope. They're selling, we being CNBC, have the answers for you. Follow us. We'll tell you all of the secrets.
Right.
And that sounds real appealing and pretty alluring for a lot of people. But again, they don't think it through. How many viewers and listeners do you think they have on CNBC? Hundreds, if not thousands, right? Or hundreds of thousands.
Right.
So, you think you're special? That they're giving you some special insight to anything? More often than not, they're not even accurate or correct on what they're actually promoting, and they're really just a cheerleading group for the stock market. But if it makes you feel good, go ahead and watch it. If you want just pure financial information, turn on Bloomberg. Mm-hmm. That's what I watch if I'm going to watch anything, or Fox Business early in the morning. Find out what's really going on without all the hype, without all the spin, without all the conjecture, without all the fill in the blank. This is amazing. Yes, you can get some information there. Or you can turn around and watch Jim Cramer, Mad Money, and get all of your investment tips right there. That's a good quality show for some of you.
No.
And see what kind of results you get. Anyway, interesting. So, we need to learn from our mistakes, right? Mm-hmm. It never seems to occur to anybody, again, back to CNBC, that those hundreds of thousands of people that they're watching and listening doesn't mean that it's personal to us. So we need to learn from our mistakes. It's too bad people have messed up their lives. And I've often wondered this. Why don't people give seminars that have totally destroyed their life? You ever thought about that? Well, I know why. Nobody would come, first of all. Nobody would pay to find out all their mistakes. But it could be wise for you to sit down with somebody that's totally ruined their life and say, what mistakes did you make to get in the position that you're in right now? And then do a little reality check and see if you're doing any of those things. Because you can pretty much guess cause and effect. You're going to get the same results.
Very true.
Interesting. We have a caller.
Well, yes, Stuart's on the line.
Morning, Stuart.
Good morning. First, I want to tell you I really like your show. I like your
Well, thank you. Appreciate that.
What you're saying about getting people who are, basically nobody would come to hear a loser tell the story of how he got to be where he is.
Right.
Well, and, just to take it the other extreme, wouldn't it be great, like locally, if you can get people who are successful business people, to have like seminars or some kind of talks
Absolutely.
for young people to let them know that this is what it took, this is why this is where I am today, and this is how it got there, and give somebody a realistic perspective on life that they can attain to.
Absolutely.
Yes.
That's a great idea. And each of us can do that to some small extent. I mean, on a bigger forum, I actually think that's a great idea. It'd be nice to I'll have to see what I can do to sort of
That is a good idea.
promote that.
Yeah.
Because it's important to know that there's a lot of people out there that don't have the skill set in the background. And I used to go to Rowe Community College and speak to classes on professional image and interviewing and things like that. And I was always amazed by the comments and questions and things that come up in those conversations. It's amazing to me.
Well, this really creeps into our political problem because
Absolutely.
we could have our president talk all kinds of nonsense because he knows that people really don't understand the economy, they really don't understand what it means, and he scares people because people don't even really understand what it's all about.
That's right.
I couldn't agree more, Stuart. And that's why I would talk about some of these things early on, because he's promoting that fear that this, and I find it sort of ironic that all of these budget cuts that are coming up March 1st are his original ideas anyway.
Exactly. And the bottom line is that he wants to balance the budget. There's something wrong with cutting back. I do that in my life.
And they kind of depend on our apathy, I think, of the public to not challenge anything. And I think it's important for us to have mentors and people that we look up to who give us the information for young people especially. Mm-hmm.
Well, listen, Doug, if you ever want to come forward and do anything like that on that level, I'd be happy to help you. I'd be willing to help you with it.
Well, great. Let me get you, hold on, I'll get you off the air and we'll get your phone number,
Yes.
because I'd really like to do this. I
Absolutely.
think it would be wonderful to do that. Appreciate the call.
I'm
Thank
going
you,
to put you on
Stuart.
hold.
Okay, very good.
So again, you can see the power of this, and it is a great opportunity that we all have in this world to reach out and help and encourage and motivate others. Not just, in particular, young people. And I sort of do that. I've sort of taken on Ty under my wings here, and
Right.
really, sort of coaching him through some of these things, because these things are not taught in school. Usually they're not taught in our homes because we don't have access to this kind of information. So it's really, really important. And I know there's a huge need out there. And of course, this is why I do my show. And this is why I've sort of gone in this direction now, because I really think, and I have a passion for this, to really encourage, uplift, and promote people into doing and becoming the very best that they can be. Because I put a lot of hard work, Tracy
do.
knows,
All the
into
time.
being the very best that I can be. Not only in my profession, which I do tremendous amount of work there as well, but just as a person. Because we can't have or be or become better unless we start within ourselves. So just wanted to pass that on. Really appreciate the call, Stuart. Great comment, and again, right in line with what we're talking about here. So I hear the music, so we're going to be wrapping that up. If you want to have any comments on any of this, or want to sign up for your free risk audit, give me a call during the week, 646-7304. And have a great week, everyone. We'll be back next week. The joys of residual income.
You've been listening to Real Money with Doug Stone on AM 1440 KME.
Hi, Stuart.
By